Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be showing you exactly how you can get your service business 20 to 30 leads from Google in under a month or 28 days. So let's jump right into it. Today's video, I think, will be the most valuable video I've ever made because I'm literally sharing the exact roadmap that I use for my own clients and the service businesses that I work with to get them 20 to 30 leads per month. So let's jump right into it. From Google, which is, I think, the best search engine out there, it still has around 90+% of all searches, especially for local businesses, out of all the other search engines like Bing and then also like AI search engines. So what I'm going to show you today is exactly how you can get 20 to 30 leads from two different types of Google. There is organic search or, organic Google results, and that's primarily consists of the GBP or Google Business Profile, and then also the website. So you can appear on Google search results with both of these essentially, Google profiles. And then the next section or next channel is going to be paid search on Google. So from paid, there's two types of ads that you can run with Google. There is Google LSA ads or local service ads, and then there's Google PPC ads or pay-per-click. In today's video, I'm primarily going to be focusing on organic because I think it's a far superior channel, but for the sake of the 28 days or the month time frame, we are also going to review the paid channels so you can get quick wins. So for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Noah Igler, and I've helped over 23 plus home service businesses get more high-paying clients by appearing at the top of Google. Just so you know that this system actually works, here's some businesses that I've worked with and helped get more leads from Google. So here's a heat map of how you appear on Google search. Before working with us, this landscaping company was pretty much invisible on Google. They were doing around 15K a month, and this is how they currently appear on Google. So a lot better. You can see they're ranking first, second, fourth, third, and the map's pretty much green. They're now doing 65K plus a month. So this is added around 50K in monthly recurring revenue. We brought them 221 phone calls last month, and I got them 51 contact forms from the website. So that converted to around 270 leads for their business in under 30 days. Here's a plumbing company that I helped take from invisible to primarily ranking number 1 on Google, and they're getting around 113 leads every single month. Here's a roofer that I helped go from invisible, or they were better, but invisible to ranking primarily number 1. They're getting around 45 roofing leads every single month and putting out around 20 quotes, which equates to around 5 to 6 new roofs that they do every single month. Worked with a medical spa. So if you are a service business but not a home service business, this system works for you. This is kind of living proof of it. They're now ranking number 1 in their 5-mile radius, and they're getting 50 plus leads every single month. Worked with a house cleaning company. Last month they got 143 new houses that they cleaned, and they're crushing it. And I've also worked with professional industries. So this kind of shows that this system works for pretty much all types of local businesses. If you want more leads, Google is for you. So they got 14 new cases, last month because they're getting around 4K website traffic every single month. So let's jump into the first channel, organic. So there's two main sections. There's the Google Business Profile or GBP, and there's the website. If you're familiar, you know that you can appear on Google search in a couple different places. So let's say that we are a HVAC company. I'm just going to search for HVAC company near me or HVAC near me. And you can see what comes up first is the Google Business Profiles. This is called the Map Pack. This is the top 3 ranking business profiles in your local area. I'm in New Orleans, Louisiana, and you can see who's ranking at the top. They're taking around 80% of all of the searches. So 80% of the time I would search this, I would go to these guys. And so you can imagine what that does for your business. If 80% of all the searches go to the top 3 businesses, they're taking all the phone calls. But what's interesting is the map pack actually appears above the organic search results or the website results. So your Google Business Profile or your Google Maps listing, these things, is essentially your quickest way to getting more leads for your business. So let's walk through how to optimize it. So how do you get organic Google Business Profile leads? You need to make your profile relevant to each search. So this is just a super basic profile optimization checklist. Step number one is to know your target keyword. So use that keyword in the following on your profile. The profile title. One thing to note is you want to be careful here because you can't just stuff keywords in your profile title, otherwise you might get suspended. But let's say that your company name is Austin's HVAC or like Austin HVAC. You could probably put Austin HVAC AC and heating repair in your title, and that's another keyword there. You want to put your primary keyword in your business description. So that description right here, you want to have your primary keyword in here. And then you also want to have posts set up. So you want to be posting 2 times a week on your profile. I'll show you a live example of all this in a second here. With these posts, you want to upload a graphic which is geotagged, like the image is geotagged, you can see right here. And then you want to include that keyword in the actual post and have a call now button on each post. Finally, you can use keywords in the advanced labels. This is a kind of myth, but it has been shown to increase your Google rankings or how you appear on Google search. So this could be super helpful for your business if you want to improve your rankings, put your keywords in there. And then also adding all your services to your profile. Google literally lets you put every single service you offer and more to your profile. So when people search those things in your local area, you have a higher chance of appearing in the search results for them. You also want to add new photos each month. I suggest people just take photos of every single job you do, before and afters, and then do a big batch of uploading them every single month. Just once a month is good. Just so your profile looks fresh, you have more content, and Google sees that you're active. You also want to add Q&As. You can actually ask yourself questions and answer those questions for your business. So that is super helpful when you're trying to answer FAQs for people, so you don't have to answer the same old questions on the phone every time, but B, it helps you actually include keywords in those Q&As so that you can rank for those. So let's jump into that actually we'll do that right now. So I just searched for a plumber in Austin, Texas, just to show you a good example. These guys are absolutely murdering the Austin, Texas market. They have 15,000 Google reviews with an average rating of 4.8. So you can imagine they're probably doing, multi-million-dollar months from their plumbing business, just because they are the top ranking one. So if we look at their profile, first of all, their business name is Radiant Plumbing, but they actually have Radiant Plumbing and Air Conditioning Austin in their title. So that is, Air Conditioning Austin, Plumbing Austin, and their brand name Austin. So they have technically 3 different keywords here, which is just absurd. I'm actually surprised they've gotten away with this. Likely they're able to do this because they have a DBA or doing business as name. So if we look at that, it looks like Radiant Plumbing and Air Conditioning. Okay, cool. So it does make sense. They have a doing business as Radiant Plumbing and Air Conditioning. That could also just be their business name. That's one trick if you want to be able to put your keyword in your title. They have a physical address, which is super important, and they're actually located relatively centrally in the grand scheme of things, which is really good. Also, there's some wealthier suburbs up here, so it's a very good location. But if we look at their profile, they're posting very frequently. You can see they're adding like genuinely good content about their team. This is social proof. They have like a free offer here. View offer. Oh, I want to redeem this. Boom. Let's go to their website, and it brings you down the funnel pretty much. So they're crushing it with these posts, and they're probably putting keywords in each post. And they have really good graphics for the post with call to actions. So they are just killing it there. And then other than that, they have Q&As. They also respond to all the reviews, which I'll get into in a second. And they are uploading a bunch of photos. You can see they have, just an absurd amount of photos on their profile, really good photos of their trucks, their team actually working in action. These are the types of photos people want to see. So they're crushing it there. They are relevant. But how do we build that trust? Because this is the second most important part of, or actually I would say this is the first most important part of ranking on Google organically. And the first step of trust is reviews. So you want to get as many reviews as possible consistently. The reason I say consistently is getting 100 reviews in 1 week won't really help you as much as getting 10 reviews every single week over the course of a year. Velocity of the reviews matters. So Google will look at it and say, oh, they got 100 in one day, but they haven't gotten any for 4 months. Like, are they inactive? Are they not doing work? Do people hate their work? So this is really important. Next step to get more reviews is you want to train your team to always ask your customers for a review. So it's not enough to just do a good job. People won't leave you a review. You have to train your team to ask, hey, would you mind leaving a quick Google review for us? It'll only take 2 minutes. And in that review, can you mention the service we did for you in your review? Or also mentioning the location that we did it in. This helps Google recognize what services you offer, and it helps you rank for those services. Finally, have customers take a photo of your work if possible. If you set up a new AC unit, or you mowed someone's lawn, that sort of thing, those make really good content pieces. So have people post those in the reviews. And then finally, respond to all the reviews. So for a bad review, handle it and just offer to fix it or apologize for the miscommunication or the poor service. But in good reviews, what you want to do is mention the service location and the service itself in your response. So you can actually add 2 keywords there. So let's look at how these guys do it. Looks like they got a bad review about a month ago. It looks completely real, but it looks like, okay, it looks like they actually didn't do a great job. But the point is they did respond to the review and they offered to handle it offline, which is really important. But let's be honest, one poor review for a company with 4.8 stars, 15K reviews, it's not going to make that much of a dent. They're also responding to every good review, which is just perfect. But what I would change here is using the keyword in the review or the response to the review. All right. Second part of building trust, local citations. So local citations are essentially setting up profiles in local business directories or national ones. And this shows Google, oh, this plumbing company has profiles in all of these real business directories. It must be a real company. They must have trust and authority. Let's give them essentially like trust signaling boost on their profile. So, the more citations you have set up, the higher you'll rank, essentially. So make sure to use the same NAP. NAP stands for name, address, and phone number in each profile that you set up. This is super, super important. You need to use the same ones. And then also index the links to each citation using an online indexer. I recommend Speedy Index. If you need a link to it, drop a comment below and I'll send it over. And so for these local citations, the best citations are going to be essentially like high trafficked and high trustworthy citations. So things like your local chamber of commerce, like if I'm in Austin, I'm going to look up Austin Chamber of Commerce, boom, and join the chamber. And some of these do charge money, per month, per year, but it is well worth it for very, authoritative ones like Austin Chamber. And then also there's, popular ones like, your area code and then like businesses or local directories. It's super easy to find these. Set up like hundreds of these, honestly, and make sure you index them. All right, cool. So if you followed all this, you should be able to rank your Google business profile in that kind of top 3 map pack or high up on Google Maps. Let's get into ranking the website. So step 1, make your website relevant, similar to how we had to do it for the Google business profile. So if you want to rank your website in search results, you need to make sure that Google understands you are relevant to that search that people are doing. So know your target keyword. Let's say we're, HVAC Austin. On each page on your website, you want to use the keyword in the following places. This is super important. You want to use it in the SEO title, in the meta description, word for word, in the H1 header. The way it works is there's multiple different types of headers on a website. For example, here's a header. This is the H1 header. Using a SEO tool called Detailed SEO, you can see here, I can actually look at the page title, the page description or the meta description, and the headers. So H1 is header 1, H2 is header 2, etc. H1 is the most important header, and you should only have one of these on your page. So this company isn't completely optimized, but they have so much authority that it's not the biggest concern for them. But they are using, Austin's HVAC, Austin's plumbing, and Austin's electrical specialists. So they have 1H1 and they have their keyword in there. Cool. And then also in the page content. So throughout the page on your website, you want to have the primary keyword you're trying to rank for. So that would be, HVAC Austin or HVAC or plumbing services Austin. And then also you want to make service area pages to show Google that you are relevant to each specific search. So what is a service area page? Well, Stans has crushed it. By the way, I'm not affiliated with this company. I just think their website's super awesome and they have a really good job of doing local SEO. So let's just look at one of these service area pages. And you can see they have service area pages for probably all the main services or all the main service areas near Austin. So let's look at the Georgetown, Texas one. They have specific information about the actual area, and they have their specific service pages here. They have more specific information. So this is all super important because it shows Google they have information on, or you have information on the specific area about your service. So when someone searches for it, let's rank them because we know it's trustworthy. We know it's relevant. Cool. So you want to build out as many service area pages as you can for pretty much every single neighborhood in your service area. And then you want to use that relevant info and also optimize each service area page using this strategy here. Next step, building trust online with your website. So if you're not familiar, backlinks are essentially links from other websites to your website. This is super, super important for ranking on Google because we need to show Google, the algorithm and the search engine, that other websites trust us, and that will help them trust us as well. So you already built one type of backlink, and that is the local citations here. This is considered a backlink. These are called foundational backlinks, but there's a lot more kind of high quality backlinks that you can build to positively impact how you appear on search and how many phone calls you get. So step one, or option one, is you can work with an SEO expert like myself, or you can do it yourself. So if you work with someone like myself, you can give us a budget and we will build the highest quality backlinks without wasting any of your time. If you want to do it yourself, here's what I recommend. First, ask local newspapers or magazines to publish an article that you would have written. So you need to write an article. You can use AI if you want, to publish that on their website as long as they link to your company website. And make sure it's a do follow backlink. Do follow. Cool. Step two, or the second type of link you can get is by sponsoring like a local, baseball team or local soccer team, and hopefully getting a link from their website. And then also you can sponsor charity events or reach out to real estate agent blogs, and do the same process here for this. So these will help you build digital trust, which will, it's less visible, but it will actually help how you appear on search. Bonus tip. Okay, if you did all this correctly, you're going to be getting a lot of traffic on your website. But what is traffic if it doesn't convert to paying customers? So conversion rate optimization is absolutely crucial for a home service business or just any sort of business website. So I'm just going to give you a quick little masterclass here. Your homepage is going to be the most important page on your website because it will be converting most of the website users. So think of your homepage as your money page. On that money page or your homepage, you want to have a lead magnet in the hero section. This is the hero, that first main block. This will help with converting people instantly. They see what you offer. So clarify what services you offer. Instantly, I know exactly what these people do. They have HVAC, plumbing, and electrical. Next, reassurances. So you want to reassure people that they're at the right place. Look, reassurances. Fully insurable and licensed. Dependable and experienced. 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you read these things yourself, you're probably thinking, oh, it's kind of corny, kind of cheesy, but this is exactly what your potential clients want to see on your website. They want to know that they're in good hands, that they can actually trust you with their work. So, also include lots of call to action buttons. Throughout the website, you can see, boom, call to action, boom, call to action. They also have 2 CTAs up here. Boom, more call to actions, call to action, call to action, call to action, call to action. You just want to place these all over your website. Don't spam them, but use them well. And then also have that call now button at the top of your website. If you do accept calls, you'd be silly not to. And then on the contact page, they do have their form here, which is the same as the lead magnet. These are just like, we get like 25 to 30% of all of our leads from the website forms. So those are huge. And then, yeah, back to the hero. This is just really important to have that lead magnet form in the hero section, because this is exactly how people are going to convert. If they searched for your service, oh, I need a plumber, in Austin, plumber near me. They found this website, boom. Okay, they're in the right place, boom. Okay, they can trust you. Now, they don't need to read more. They just need to get straight to it. So we're going to go back, plumbing service, cool, fill out our name, blah, blah, bang, and then fill out our information, and they'll reach out to you. All right, so we've covered the organic section of getting more leads from Google. Let's jump real quick into the paid section. So I do also create content on paid stuff. I will be putting out a more in-depth guide on how to run local service ads and PPC ads for home service businesses, but I will do a quick high-level overview, and I promise that you'll learn something from this. So first step is turning on LSA or local service ads. It's honestly really simple. You look up Google LSA or local service ads, and the way LSA works is in search results, you'll pop up right next to the map pack, and it has Google guaranteed. So Google guarantee means Google's actually guaranteeing people that your service is good, and if they're wrong, if someone has a bad experience with you, Google will actually cover the cost of it, or some way of that. So Google doesn't just let anyone advertise here. They need you to verify and show proof of you being a real business. So let's say that we are a business in Arizona, and let's say we're in Scottsdale. Scottsdale zip code, okay, 85250. So we're here, and we are what are we going to be today? We'll be a drain expert, so a plumber. Check availability or eligibility. So they actually aren't available in this area, which sucks. So we're going to go back and do something else. Let's say something even more electrical. Cool. Check availability, eligibility. Looks like it's going through. So after this, once you find out if you are eligible in your local service area, it'll actually have you fill out a verification form. So look, we need to put in essentially, all of our business name. It will have you add your official governmental licenses to operate. It'll set up your service area, your service types, so all the services you offer, add your hours, add photos, and it's that simple. You just turn it on. The way LSA works that's different from PPC or pay-per-click is you actually pay per lead or pay per call. So you might end up paying, upwards of $80 or $90 per call that you get. But the great thing about this is if it's not a real call, if it's not from a potential client, Google will refund you the cost, or they say they will. There's always issues with it, but this is pretty much just turn it on, set up your ads, and you're good to go. Just wait for the leads to flow in. After probably a month of it, I recommend seeing how much you're paying and then seeing if it is actually profitable. If you're a lawn care guy and you only make $200, $300 per lawn, let's say you cut it, 4 to 5 times average, ultimately paying $90 or $100 per lead is probably not worth for you. Pay-per-click ads might be for you though. So like I said, this video won't be a masterclass on it, but I will give you a high-level overview. Pay-per-click ads means you are paying per every person that clicks on your advertisement, even if they don't convert. So it's actually up to you to have a really good landing page and a really good offer or value proposition in order to actually make money from PPC. So I will link one in the description here, like a good way to, or a good tutorial to set up Google PPC. I use this for most of the businesses that I work with. PPC can be really, really profitable if you know what you're doing. So just some basic advice. Campaign setup is really simple. What gets complex is the keywords, the ad copy, and all that stuff. So generally, just target exact match keywords for your main services and use clickbaity but kind of professional ad copy. So that's like titles, descriptions, and also photos. And then tracking is vital. Don't just set up your PPC ads with, $30 or $40 a day budget, or even, up to $100 a day, and just let it rip. You need to be tracking this, and this is super, super important. So with PPC, there is a learning phase, LP learning phase, that takes anywhere from like 4 days to like 2 weeks even to really dial in the ads, and so Google's algorithm knows who you're looking for. But you really want to make sure that you you are patient and you see it through the learning phase to see if it will be profitable. I would say don't run Google ads expecting leads within 3 or 4 weeks. I know that I said, this video is about getting leads in 28 days, but ultimately LSA could do this and SEO can do this. So can PPC, but it's unpredictable. So let's be realistic here. Be patient and you should be good to go. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful. If you followed all the steps within 28 days, I would be absolutely shocked if you don't see at least 20 to 30 potential clients or leads. If you did find it helpful, drop a like and subscribe to my channel below. I will be posting daily videos for the next 2 weeks on all things about getting home service leads, getting more phone calls, more website forms, and making more money from Google. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. And if you do want my personalized help getting more phone calls for your service business, book a free consultation with me at the first link in the description. Take care.